Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Guiar Safari. I'm Charles. That's Seth. Seth, how are you doing?
Guitar Safari. Whew. I had to get that off my chest. I was waiting all week for that.
I bet you were.
Yeah, because I'm a child of the '80s, where you could just go Guitar Safari.
Love it.
Acceptable behavior back then and now. What's up, y'all? We've got a lot of people already here, dude.
We have quite a few people here, and so why don't we go ahead and welcome them in? Let's see. We had Herb of Fireside Studios.
What up, Herb? Looking forward to the guitar picks. They're going to make me shred. I'm going to have to play a Kramer.
There you go. And Wayne McConnell was after him.
What up, Wayne?
Welcome in, Wayne. And our buddy Patrick Trite saying happy Friday, everybody.
We refer to as PT in the house.
And Mitch Heyman right after him.
Who is after him?
Mitch Heyman.
What the Mitch Heyman is going on around here is what I want to know.
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. What's happening, Mitch?
And followed by Paul McNary and all the cats, except for one is just being stubborn.
I wonder if any of his coworkers have what the Mitch Heyman is happening in here. Gosh. Damn it.
Oh, you gotta love it. And followed by GTR 1952, Gary.
What up, Gary? Nice.
What up?
Good to see you. GTR, yes. Give me a GTR.
And followed by Big Wave Dave.
And Small Wave Seth.
There you go. And Symmetry's in the chat. Hello there.
What up, CM?
So you followed by Hip Metal Works, so the West Coast is well represented tonight.
Yeah, you know we are.
And BC Ridge 581. Happy Solar Storm, everyone, he says.
Nice. Right. Happy Solar Storm to you. Yes, we might get some northern lights up here in California.
Oh, very nice.
Here in the proper time zone. Pacific.
The proper time zone.
We're just saying, in the one that exists.
The one everybody knows. Okay, I got you.
You know.
And welcome in Patty Gill.
What up, Patty? Hi.
Patty is always in all the chats, and she is welcome here for sure.
She's a host on the mental health and guitar show with Laz.
Oh no, that's Janice. That's Janice.
Oh, damn it! Sorry, Patty. I mixed you up. I'm a very forgetful person, and to me, you are her. And
Patty is in all the guitar chats, saying hello to everybody all time. Super supportive of all the channels. So
I need to I need to remember and know. Patty, send me. You got my email.
It's all those lifestyle choices, Seth. And
I don't make lifestyle choices. Lifestyle choices make me.
Yeah, but that's kind of part of the problem. Yeah. All right, so we got Time Surfing Alien. Hello, he says.
But do we know for sure 100%, Charles, that Patty isn't Janice? Can you prove that wrong?
They're very different people.
I'm just saying.
We got R2R3 Locking Nut. He is in the chat. Hello there, saying thank God it's Friday. And you ain't kidding, my friend. I am so glad that Friday is here. Yes. And Vox Guitar Rock says good evening, good morning for all his friends in Australia.
We must go back to R2.
And Patty
R3. Locking Nut. Sorry, Charles. I had to do it.
No, I understand. It is. I didn't take the proper pause. My apologies.
It's fine. It was just required. I waited. And then after R3 was?
After R2, R3 was Vox Guitar Rocks.
Oh, what up, Vox Guitar Rocks?
And of course, Keith H is here. And we know that for sure because we can see his name.
Nice.
Yes. And we have Brother Ben Coombs in the chat, who had a really great flat top tuner exchange video the other day.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then it's from Green Strat. Oh my God. So, birthday's just around the corner, Mr. Coombs. I hope you put that in a box and shipped it. So
send it on down. Right. Send it on down.
Send it on down. And we got Guitar Man 45. Hello there, Bo.
What up, Bo? Thank you for
We
coming
got
through.
Randy Crooks in the chat.
What up, Randy? Hander,
hello to everybody.
Everybody's saying hello. And why do we even bother with playing guitar? They're just shiny things. They're shiny and curvy, and we're like, ooh,
that they are.
I want to touch.
And we're going to dig into that. Why do we play guitar tonight, right?
Why are we
playing guitar? So we got your Junkie 35, who will be the guest of honor over on Mother's Day on my channel Sunday morning with Chat with Charles.
Beautiful.
Yeah, see, Sean Hockey has made his way in. Welcome, Sean.
What up, Sean?
And that catches us up in the chat. So, Seth, you started alluding to our topic. Why do we play guitar? And so, what's one of the reasons why you picked up the guitar? What was going on there?
The only reason I ever started playing guitar is that I knew that over the course of the years I would achieve a level where I would design a headstock that was specifically for Ryan over at the OU812 channel. This is his headstock. It's the only reason I ever played guitar ever in my life was to make this headstock for Ryan. Ha 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 ha. Yep, I know. I just sorry. I had to do it, Charles. I've been waiting on that, brother, man. Yeah, I've been kept this at the ready. This usually is what I call the student stick. I'm kidding. I don't actually have. I started playing guitar because my dad played guitar, dude.
Ryan's having some reactions. I think you may have traumatized him. You know what you do is you set the guitar up like a headless, right? And you just put the headstock on a hinge.
But it pops out. Just when you thought you were safe, and then
no tuner. You have just fake tuners on it, right? And it's like
that's great. That's a great idea for a Halloween guitar.
Well, Fox Guitar Rocks has got a birthday. It's almost here too. He asked his wife for a Dumble amp, but he has a feeling that a Stetson is going to show up instead.
She's going to go out and get him. I thought he said a Gorilla amp, which was like the old cheap ones from the Guitar Center. A Gorilla. Oh,
the funny thing about this Gorilla amps is all these guys that had them said, I kind of wish I had it back. Of course, but then talk about how horrible an amp it was.
I'm one of those guys that would take it back just because I had one. And then one of the pictures of me playing guitar as a kid is going through a Gorilla. My good old Gorilla.
All right, Coombs, I didn't really skip it. It's there. Okay, your birthday is soon too. Yes, we know.
Nice. All right. Well, then we got a bunch of birthdays happening.
Because, then I get stuff like this down in the chat where I'm just getting beat up.
I knew he would skip the comment. I know, right? Good old slippery fingers over there.
Mm-hmm. But Randy Crooks is on top of things. He is taking us back on topic. He says rock and roll is the reason why he plays guitar. So for me, it was one of the biggest reasons was it was an instrument I always wanted to play. It was the only instrument that I had not been able to master on my own at this point.
The only instrument that you weren't able to master? Damn.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, they gave me a clarinet, they gave me a fingering chart. I learned to play clarinet.
You mean to
they wanted me to play saxophone,
clarinet master?
They gave me a fingering chart, a saxophone, and I did it. Right? It's so whatever they needed, I played.
We got Kenny G clarinet saxophone master over here, killing it. And then I was just like, I didn't even know. I was like, I just thought it was a thing that you banged on as a kid. So that's what it did. And I still just do that.
This is cool. I'm sorry. So sorry to cut you off.
Go in.
Fox Guitar Rocks decided to play guitar after his mom showed him a few chords and he heard Angus for the first time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What was it? Ride Like the Wind was one of the songs. Well, who's that? That's not even a heavy song, but for some reason for me, like a couple of those songs made me want to play guitar. It was the riff and the song and the melody. I wanted to jam it.
And of course, Ryan OU812 says reasons for playing guitar because it's cool as fuck. That's why.
Exactly. They're portable. Okay. Do you want to go a little deep, Charles, real quick? Just I'll keep it to a minute.
Hold on one sec. Time Surfing Alien, happy birthday. Monday was his birthday. He turned 58.
58. It ain't too late.
Go ahead, bud. No.
All right. So my thing, I was keep it to a minute or 40. So guitars, strings, you hit them, they do what? They vibrate. Mm-hmm. The vibrations, turns out, are actually how the signals. We've always thought that synapses in the brain were electrical signals. They're like, oh, your brain sends electrical signals down to your body, blah, 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 blah. A lot of it's vibration, my friend, and tuned to different frequencies. So a lot of it is not electric. It's a harmonic vibration at a specific frequency that tells a cell, tells whatever to happen. And so in learning this, it's kind of phenomenal. You can heal parts of the body that are all messed up because they're just not in tune. It's like trying to play a guitar that's all just janked out, right? And it sounds terrible. You tune it, you align the frequencies, and it sounds great.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
So I think we're connecting with that in a way, and that's why it feels good to us. That's why certain chords feel good. Certain people go towards certain chords. Rock and roll feels great because we like that. The fullness of the distortion that kind of covers over everything.
It kind of goes along with that idea of digging the vibe of the music.
Yeah, man. Yeah, daddy-o. You gotta dig the vibe, daddy-o.
Well, Gear Junkie 35 says Slash was the reason why he picked up guitar. He came for the Slash, stayed for the emotional healing that playing can't provide.
That is amazing.
Love it. I love it.
My Slash claim to fame is I used to hang glide and hang out a little bit with Slash's little brother.
Hey, look who's here.
Yeah. Shark Boy Productions. He's kind of a hero. He gave a speech today and everybody cheered for him and he held out the microphone. It was amazing. Got to see him perform. It was great.
I love this. BC Rich plays bass because someone stole his accordion.
No, I caught some of the show, dude. Wasn't BC? It was BC Rich on your show.
BC Rich was on my show last Sunday. It was a great show, great guest.
Great guest. I was working.
It made an impression on me.
Yeah, super cool story. PV stuff. I love it. And now he's got a collection of all those original basses. Right, that's so cool.
And Vox Guitar Rock says his main influence was. One of his main influence was Luther Perkins, Jimmy Page, Angus, and still can play. You still can't play like any of them, though. That's all right. That's all right. As long as it makes you happy, that's all that matters, right?
Angus is so good. Angus makes those easy chords sound so good, and they're not easy when you try to play them like him. Yeah. Angus's first position, rock and roll, was amazing.
Shot Hockey says, BC Rich, dude, accordions are murder on the chest hair. Space is better.
No, not according to, who was it whose trem springs were ripping out their belly hair.
That's why they make a cover for that, though.
Yeah.
Hello there, Eddie Faye. Welcome in, buddy.
Octopus Ears, I think, was saying that.
No, they were talking about R2, R3 locking nut.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's great. Yeah, that's terrible. That's painful too, because that'll get you. And you know that Steve I has encountered that probably, because Steve I is always playing shirtless, big hairy belly.
Yeah, no, sorry, note to everyone not wearing a shirt. Nobody wants to see all that, but you know.
Yep. No, I get it. There's only a couple of phases in my life where I did not wear a shirt. It was like 26 through 29, didn't have a shirt on. And then like again in my late in my mid 40s, actually. I got so ripped that it was just like I just walk around. I mean, at work and stuff, I wore a shirt, but it was just weird.
And Vox Guitar Rocks is talking about Maybelline Carter, phenomenal guitar player, and her whole thing was, I'm not really a guitar player. Well, I'd really not like to not be a guitar player like that, I'll tell you.
Right.
And BC Rich said he tried lifting accordion once, and it may have weighed more than his T40. So
Ben Coombs has apparently had his days of showing off his belly hair, because he's saying all outdoor shows for Ben were shirtless. So I think I'd like to know the age ranges, Ben, because it may have been in that same window of time. Although Ben was kind of a thinner build than me, I guess, maybe. Oh, sorry. You're going to have to re-highlight. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'll go back. So Sean Hockey says, if you want to know what got him started on guitar, go back and watch Chatting with Charles, his edition.
Of course. Yeah, I know. But, I mean, come on. Give us a break. We're working for some topics here. Come on. We're almost a year in. Do you know how close we are to a year in, Charles? Are we almost 1 year in now?
I know. It's ridiculous. Time flies. We are on episode 52.
Well, that's freaking 1 year in.
Yeah.
52. This is our 1 year celebratory episode.
Yeah, could be. Could very well be. Well, welcome in, John ZD351. He managed to make it in earlier today. Sherman!
52, Charles. Do the math. Freaking how many weeks do you think there are in a year, man? It's freaking 52 times. That's a whole year of goddamn Guitar Safari, and I need to get my paycheck.
Damn. It's in the mail. It's in the mail.
We're not paying him, Charles. We're not paying him. You don't got to pay him. You know, the thing is, I'm going to let him sleep underneath that mug that you sent me. If he doesn't behave.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, so 1 year, dude. Congratulations, Charles. You're the only person other than Sarah that's put up with me for a whole year.
Yeah, and this was that comment you were showing. All outdoor shows were shirtless for bed.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to skip ahead. I gave Ben
No, you're fine. I'm keeping some
priority. I barely could do that.
and then he followed it up with shirtless shows ended about 8 years ago and 50 pounds ago. That's right.
Right.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Oh, boy.
And thank you, Big Wave Day, for the happy anniversary.
That's crazy. This is show 52, huh? It tells you how many shows?
I number them as we go, and it's pretty accurate. We may be off by one in terms of it may actually show 53.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. That's cool.
But I number the cards, right? The backgrounds.
So I'd reminisce back on like when we were starting it. We were like, what should we do, man? Because we first started on Sunday, and we were basically coming up after Tony. Mm-hmm. We were just going to be live after Tony. And then Friday ended up being a great time because people have, Phil McKnight's over, or you don't catch that because you get home a little later or whatever it is.
Well, we're very fortunate that we have a very dedicated audience that followed us over from Sunday to Friday.
Yeah.
And have been great about it and continue to come. And the numbers stay stable. Hopefully we're doing a good job.
I don't know. I got my report card the other day and I haven't opened it.
Well, Wayne McConnell says there isn't anything about guitars and playing them that he doesn't like. He loves the way they make him feel inside and out. And
absolutely.
I have been making a concerted effort, Seth, this week to get in a little more playing time.
Okay.
And I've been stealing, my break times from work. Have been, working on some stuff and playing.
You have the guitar in the office?
In the office, not yet. There is going to be one that is getting fabric topped and going in there, but I'm only in the office 1 day a week right now anyway.
Oh, nice.
So the rest I work from right here.
Wow.
So
we got plenty of guitars around, yeah.
And but I'm making concerted effort to get more time in and to kind of pick up some skills, and got a couple songs that are frustrating me right now, but we're doing all right.
Well, you just let me know, dude. I have probably got tabs for them. You know, you had put on the card tonight on part of the thing was like about not only just playing guitar, but part of it was you fall in love with building guitars and working on guitars and all that. I finally.
Hold on, let me get this for a minute. And I'm loving this one. This is coming out nice.
This is the one where I had to go back because I had the laser engraved, and the laser engraved didn't quite, it wasn't in the right orientation, and it just got jacked. Well, I ordered more labels finally, and I finally got some labels, and I like this. I know that the black on dark isn't perfect, but it looks, you can see it well enough for me.
No, it shows up pretty well.
Oh, here, while we're still, so that's the headstock. Ryan, that's the headstock, y'all. That's the new.
The only thing I would do, Seth, is come back here by your truss rod hole and take back some of that stain here. It's darker there than the rest of the headstock.
Part of that is just the way that the wood there absorbs, and also there are two different cuts of wood. It's a fretboard and the headstock. But yeah.
But if you just take it back with a little bit of sandpaper, it'd be enough to lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. Or even just a little bit of steel wool would probably do it.
For sure.
And
so Sean Hockey wants to know when Sherman's birthday is.
Sherman was born, when was Peabody and Sherman the movie released? 2004. So Sherman's like 19 or 20 years old. Yep. And I actually got him early, so maybe 2014. Maybe we have to look back. Look it up online. Google.
Okay, Ryan. Here's the deal. On the Charles Green guitar, I had a repair to make. I have finished making the repair, and we're back into final buffing, so it should be done by next weekend. And should be headed out in the mail after that, hopefully.
Chatoyance, y'all, on the headstock. Look, a lot of chatoyance on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to get another decal just like that one. So see how this headstock is a little bit less pointy here?
Uh-huh.
Right? It's a little bit softer.
I like the softer on it.
You like the softer versus the pointier?
Yeah.
Softer. Yeah, I like them both, but I think you're right. I think the softer is more of a custom, and it looks less like Fender.
It looks smoother and more refined.
Less like Fender for sure.
Yeah.
So this is coming along, and the red paint, I showed it on Wednesday. I could show it again tonight if people want to see it. I don't know. People probably already saw it. A lot of people come and hang out on Wednesday, except for Charles.
Hello there, Blue Mox. How are you doing? Happy Friday to you as well, my friend.
It's just you got to come back, my friend. And he's on the correct body.
Oh, you moved us around. Okay, you're just gonna monkey with everything.
Fine.
Hello there, John DeShane. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, so the other half part of that was okay. Well, why do we play guitar? And really, what kind of guitar player are you? Are you the guy that just likes to sit there and just play? Or are you also a collector, a modder? Do you chase tone all the time? Or are you a builder? Do you love repairing guitars and fixing them? What is that? What do you care? What do you like to do with all that?
Are you all of the above? Which kind of fits some of us. Some of us have 3 or 4 of those traits.
Wow. Gary says he doesn't remember not playing guitar 1968 to 2024. He just be kind of lost without him.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I always say. I was born with a guitar.
I like this. Ryan tells the truth here. He says all the above.
All the above.
And Ben as well. Yes, to all the above.
All the above. Mm-hmm.
So
what makes you a true tone chaser, right? Like a true warrior.
Well, in both Ryan and Ben, they do follow that ear, right? There's a sound in their head that they really want to get. and some folks are more picky than others about it, and some of us just assume we suck so bad that we're not getting the right tone because of how we play.
Is BC Rich saying he would like to be like Trogley, like as far as a dealer, but not have the 25% markup that Trogley charges going through a shop?
Well, there was a comment earlier that you were talking like Trogley for a minute there.
Oh, was I? Oh my God. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, but I'll take it. Because I really do like Trogley's shows, and I like how for years you've only seen his hands, right? And that's funny. That is hilarious. We got to get Trogley on this show. And
there was a while where I used to watch Trogley regularly, not so much anymore.
It was the only one my wife would let me watch every day on the TV. She's like, well, is there a Trogley on? Because I'd be watching whatever else, like learning something, like learning Lutherie, and there'd be some dirty guy saying, yeah, now you put the saw in here and you sing. And she'd be like, I don't want to watch this. It's stupid. I was like, well, that's funny because you're making me turn off the stuff that's educating me to put on what could be considered stupid. Because it's like, here's a shiny Les Paul, which I love. Trogley, don't get me wrong. You're doing a great job, and that's why you kill it. That's why you're making a fortune on the guitar platform.
He has his audience, right? I mean, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's a group that really identifies with that.
They get I get his notification every day, and I don't always click on it unless my wife's there and the TV's there, and I know she's gonna let me watch it.
And Randy Crooks, he is both a player and a collector, and we all know that true about Randy. Randy can't go anywhere without picking up a guitar.
That is amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah. Sometimes
you have a little bit of everything. Yeah.
And Vox Guitar Rock says he wouldn't own a guitar that he didn't play.
Yeah, that's so true. I say that's a great way to flip guitars, because if you only buy guitars that you would not mind to end up keeping, you know what I mean? Then they're cool enough that someone else is definitely going to want them. I had like a couple that I let go that I kind of wish I kept. Like I had a Fender Katana guitar, the green one, a green sparkle. It was all beat up, but it was cool. And I let it go. I made a lot of money on it. I bought it for $300 and sold it for $800 or something. But do I wish I had it now? Kinda.
There you go.
Kinda.
Well, and John DeShane, on the other hand, he's a player. He doesn't like messing around with guitars. He wants to play it. He wants it. It's a tool. He wants it to be functional, right? And he wants that functionality of the guitar. He wants that guitar the way he wants it, and he wants it to be there and not have to get it there himself.
Yep.
Totally. I get that. And and John can play. John is a player for sure.
No, I get it, John. You're the kind of guy that would come into the guitar shop and we would have this talk exactly right here. And I'd be like, oh, I get it. And then I would watch you play for like 10 minutes and then maybe have you stop and tell me if there were certain things frustrating you. And then I'd go from there and just work on your guitar and give it back to you. And hopefully you'd be stoked. Usually 97% of the time people were stoked.
Hello there, Monch. How are you doing tonight?
Yo.
And Sean Hockey, he loves that aluminum neck bass that BC Rich has. He's got a great video on that neck.
Oh, yeah. He's got a Kramer or something with the aluminum.
It is a bass with an aluminum neck, and it's just really cool.
It's a Kramer. Yeah.
And Michael B., he likes, mostly he's a player, right? He's got other things to do. Doesn't need to be monkeying around with stuff all the time.
Right. I guess, I don't know. I was never a tinkerer. I was never take apart the toaster and put the toaster back together. My guitar tinkering came out of necessity, and necessity became fun when I realized that it's a talent that you can get better at. And as you get better at it, it feels good to be complimented in the way that people say, oh, wow, your guitar plays really well. And you're the one that did it. That feels good.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good feeling when you can do something like that, for sure. Michael B is so kind. He changed his handle for me yet again because I couldn't stop saying Michael B Live and Michael B Help. I was tripping over, and so You just shortened it to Michael B.
Ah, perfect. Michael B. Michael B. Smooth. Michael B. Smooth in the house.
See, Vox Guitar Rock says, I mod my guitar if there's something about it that he doesn't like, such as a neck pickup in the telly that was terrible, and so routed it and installed a humbucker and the problem solved.
Perfect.
You like what you like, right? And that's the whole, these are tools. They should do what you want them to do. And what I may like isn't going to be what you're going to like. And that's okay.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that he had something wrong and wanted to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, instead of having, this guitar I love so much, and if I do this, I'll love it more. I struggle with that, right? Because I think that sometimes when you love something a lot, let the magic that is happening happen before you start throwing other things at it. You know what I mean? Like,
you get to know it, see what it can do, see what it can't do, and see what you can live with, what you can't live with, right? Sometimes we have different ones because they do different things, right? And you get there. So Eddie Fay is talking to John DeShane, says he enjoys playing them more than tinkering with them as well. Of course, it doesn't hurt when you have a nice sir like John DeShane has.
That's true. Less
truss
rod adjustments. Sometimes I worry when somebody has a guitar and I know I can see and I touch their guitar and I know that the neck, it's not bad at all, but it's a neck that's going to need adjusting, right? And that if you don't know how to adjust the truss rod, you're going to be paying people or encountering difficulties for a long time. And it's easy to learn. It takes 30 minutes to really learn it. Hands on.
So Sean Hockey was telling Ryan he'd buy his trans trim, and Ryan's like, no, not for sale.
Wait, hold on. Ryan said, well, here's the thing. I did get a trans trim. Finally got a trim, and it's right here.
Oh, my. Sorry, and there was a comment in there where Ryan was saying he needs to sell a few guitars.
Right. No, I know. I do need to get a trans trim. I think a Steinberger would be amazing.
Gary says he hates selling guitars. He always regrets it, and he ended up with a full house.
Right. Well, sorry.
So Gary's falling in that category of collector for sure.
Sorry if I keep hurting the internet community with that headstock, but it's famous now. It is now famous. People are vomiting, and vomit is contagious. So just so everybody knows. Like,
And so BC Rich's bass, it's an Illuminati Andromeda, not a Kramer.
Damn it. I was wrong. All right. That's cool. That's cool. Kramer did it way back in the day. They did a lot of them. I wanted one for a while, but they're expensive.
And Eddie Fay and John are going back and forth. He says that damn guitar has made it tough for my parts casters for sure. So John DeShane, he would like to pick. He likes to pick up his guitar, play 12-bar blues in A, and then put it down.
John, yes. Oh, you just spoke my language. Wait, hold on, but not A minor, because that's kind of my deal. Or dude. Have you not come to playing some Presleys on Wednesday? Because hello, that's what we do, is play for 30 minutes in A minor and then talk about the pyramids.
We do have a Quentin James spotting.
Oh, what up, Quentin?
Hello there, Pops. And thank you, Patty Dill, for recommending the thumbs up there. Appreciate it.
Oh, Patty. It's too kind. I appreciate you very much.
Ben saying hello to Pops there.
Yo.
So Monch is saying... so sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying my Quentin James pick is somewhere nearby. I play with that pick quite often. It's like a medium thick. It's actually almost a thick pick. Almost. Sorry.
Well, for Monch, for him, doing a guitar setup is like doing a motorcycle tune-up. When it's right, it just makes you smile.
It makes you feel good. I'd like to have Monch work on my Geo Metro, please, and do like a. Could you do a side Weber carburetor on that? Because it is a carbureted car. Wouldn't that be?
You're not going to throw a turbo on it.
No, I mean, I don't need to turbo it because it only needs 40 horsepower because it only has 10 horsepower now. So if I have 4 times the current horsepower, it's going to be amazing. So actually, I think I should electrify it. If I came into some money, I think I would do that.
Well, see, we were speculating over. I was talking to somebody the other day and we were speculating what happens when the Geo goes, and I said, "Well, he's going to get a Chevy Volt."
No, I'd rather just pay the 10 grand and electrify it. I called the company and they told me it was going to be 35 grand. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. But I've been thinking about it and like I would spend 10 or 15 grand to do it because that would be amazing. And then fix up the inside to be all cool because it's a fun little car. But anyway, I digress. My poor little Geo hasn't started in 2 months. Gotta start it up.
So John ZD351 bought his first electric in 1987, and he modded it a couple of years later. He's brought many since, and half of them to mod, and they're all projects waiting to be started. Finally started a mod project last week.
That's great. Right.
So he modded one guitar back in 87, has been buying them ever since with the idea of modding them, and then started last week.
You got to start sometime, right? Now's the time to start. Especially if you bought all the parts back then.
That is some serious delayed gratification.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's nice because now you're bringing them back from your upgrade and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a girthy pick.
Yeah. So Eddie Fay says he likes Quentin James' reason for playing guitar. He disclosed a couple weeks back. He found out football wasn't for him and he likes girls. Solid reason and completely honest.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I played drums for a long time and had to play guitar secondarily. Like when we would take a break and everybody's taking a break, I would grab their guitar and get to play on the stack. So I was the drummer in the band, but always played guitar and always loved it.
So John DeShane did do a little bit of guitar work though, because he changed his strings and he polished his guitar last week. So
that's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Get a fret guard is a good thing to have, and clean your frets on your own. That's a good thing to do because when those things polished, they bend nicer and smoother. When they're nicely polished, your bends sound better. They're easier.
Your bendies sound better.
Your bendy bends. I do a lot of bending. I'd say do a medium, amount of bending when I play.
One of the songs I'm working on has a bend in the intro, and I've got it. Like,
nice.
I can do it.
See? Isn't it?
I'm just having some trouble with the strumming pattern on it.
And stainless frets. All right. Stainless frets are easy to clean, my friend. So all you need is a fret guard, and you need to tape off all of your your pickups. Tape them all off with painter's tape, and you need the triple lot steel wool, the finest, or 40 or 3040, I think, steel wool, the finest they have, and go one by one, and your stainless will look amazing. Yep, that's how we do it.
Randy, I'm keeping my secrets for now.
Or you could do it other people's ways that take longer and are more difficult, or you could do it my way that is easy and amazing. So,
I prefer to use when I do frets. I love the micro mesh for the frets.
You love going up and down 5 times.
Yep, I don't mind.
Yep, that's great.
I don't mind. But I've got the patience for that. You don't, right? And
no, I mean, it's not that I don't have the patience. It's just that when I can do something 5 times faster and the result is actually better, I choose that way. Sorry, just saying. And, that's coming from someone who got paid to work in a guitar shop for 3 years. And that was my job. And that was set down by the owner of the guitar shop who owned a guitar shop for 25 years. So I'm not just talking because I think micromesh is stupid. I'm saying that the professionals use triple aught or 4-0 steel wool with properly making sure that all the pickups are covered and all that. You have to take into mind that if you do this without properly setting that up, you will mess things up because you'll get steel wool all over everything, and then you'll be like, oh, that's a terrible way to do it. Well, you didn't listen and you did it wrong, and now you got a problem. But if you do it right and you do it and you then it's just quick and easy. And just, I save usually on the side of my bench up there. There's 3 or 4 strips of tape that are ready to go. Just boom, boom, boom. And I put them on. We should do we'll do a live fret polishing, like we say we're always going to do a restring and a fret polishing, and I'll show you just my style. You don't have to do my way. I could be the stupidest person on earth. God knows.
That's the way you do it, and that's the way you do it. That's fine. And you got paid to do it. I don't. So hey. Right.
And that was like a fluke. That was probably partially just because of the pandemic. He needed somebody. I mean, God knows how I ever get hired anywhere. But he was like, all right, I guess I'll get this guy to change strings, right? No, but I ended up being like his number one guy for a long time. And like, I would tell you if we did it differently, I would tell you exactly how we did it if it was differently. And that's how we did it. There might have been the very odd time that under some circumstance that somebody was a freak about it and we didn't for some reason, but not that I can really remember. We always used steel wool.
There you go. Sorry Nick Heyman, he does his own set. I do my setups not. It only took me 50 years to learn how.
Oh,
so apparently he doesn't normally do his own, right? And maybe now it's beginning to show.
But now there's a lot of resource out there. You go watch the Music Nomad videos. Keep it simple, silly, and it's quick and easy. If I can do it, it's easy. Trust me.
So Blue Mox was putting a set of D'Addarios 9-42s on the sawtooth, and the A string has a weird twist in the wrap. It plays fine, but he's never seen that before.
Yep. Or did it get dinged? I've had them get banged with a piece of metal or something, and it like dinged, especially if it's what string? It's a wound string.
Yeah, it's an A string.
Yep. So if it's a wound string, if it got dinged with some piece of metal, it'll flat spot it. That could be it. But that's weird. I'd love to see my phone number is on my channel's chat. Text me a close-up picture of it. That would be cool. I could add you to the Luthier's text club when we get something we can't figure out, right, Charles? We start texting it around and asking, that's hey, right. How do I wire this? Or hey, has anybody removed glue off of this? Or whatever the problem is. I love having that resource. I got almost 10 people I can reach out to. Monch is on there. You're on there. Definitely Joe Zahn's on there. My buddy Ross. The guys over at Wood Street in Oakland. If I have to, my ex-boss, but that would be a rock and a hard place because I don't think he likes me. Maybe he really misses me and I don't know it, but I try not to bug him.
Oh, on polishing frets, John Desai said we'll never polish frets for 40 years of playing, and he's not going to start now. That's a job for his tech.
I get it, and dude, and I appreciate you. Yes, that is. I loved being people's techs that were like that were like, because I used to work with a race car mechanic that I was good at driving and shifting and stuff, but he was way better at wrenching, and I could kind of come in and that relationship was epic. And so let me be your guitar tech. I mean, I don't want to take the place of your actual guy, but I love being people's guitar tech when they're cool. If you're not cool, I'll fire you and not be your tech.
Well, Hobo Roadie says bronze wool is not as fast on the grind, but he really hates the filings on the pickups. I should do it. He says you should do a comparison of elapsed time.
We use the bronze wool and it does work. It absolutely does work. Yep. But I tape off and I'm ready to tape. And but I would, I get it. Assess the situation always,
So apparently Blue Mox is going to send you a picture.
Beautiful. That's cool. I'd love to take a look. And they'll add you, like I said, if you're cool, to, if you want to be added to like the luthier list, you'll have my phone number. And then if you got questions, there's another guy, Eddie Jr. Do you know Eddie Jr. in the chats? No. Eddie Jr., do you know him? He's not here tonight, I don't think, but he's a guy that always has great luthery questions, and he works on his own stuff a lot, and we work through a lot of stuff that has been fun. Yeah, exactly. Ben's got dozens. Yep, he's got great, and he does it that are like to the point, get it done. If you haven't done anything else to it, nothing else has changed. Let's adjust the truss rod, clean it, change the strings. That's what I love.
And for those of you that have been missing Ben's workbench videos, I made a comment on his video from the other day, and apparently there's some more coming. So,
is Mitch? Are you afraid to use steel wool because you think it's going to damage the pickups? Because that is an absolute reality, and that can happen if you're not careful and don't tape off. And don't clean around the area. So another thing is you have to be constantly vacuuming your station. If you do a bunch of work with steel wool and then you don't clean your station, and you for some reason take your guitar and put it upside down on your thing and don't change you have to be constantly ahead of and know your arena.
Well,
and just
especially in those guitar mats too. If you're doing work with steel wool, you definitely want to cover that with a towel or something, because those mats, that the steel wool filings will get embedded in your mat and it'll scratch in the back of your guitar.
Oh yeah, no, they totally.
Yeah, sometimes they're hard to get out with the vacuum.
But it should be a constant vacuuming at my workstation. My vacuum is here. My button is here. Oh, my it's turned off. Sorry. My power strip isn't turned off, but my button is there. Like I can step on it, and it's right there at my right hand. So every step, if there's some debris, it gets vacuumed.
So Jerry started working on guitars in 1998. He broke the bones in his left hand, and he couldn't gig for 18 months. So his guitar tech started teaching him. He spent a month playing at Stu Mac, and he was off to the races.
Yes. Come hang out this summer, chill on the deck, spend the night and work on some guitars. Bring a bunch of parts and leave with some guitars. That's what I'm saying. Just hit me up because let me know ahead of time. Don't just show up.
And John Deshane says he can adjust neck relief, intonation, etc. But for most anything else, he figured the guy that does it for a living is the man for the job.
Yeah, but John, see, you just warmed my heart right there, because you're the guy that's not gonna call me because he's at a gig with a guitar that I built him, and it needed a little tiny truss rod adjustment, and he says, "Oh, this fucking piece of shit that you built me," and you're like, dude, it changed 40 degrees. You drove from the desert to here, and it needs a little adjustment. I mean, come on. Like, you wouldn't be that guy, and I love you for it, John.
See, Mitch is thinking about the steel wool, because he says he may take the neck off and take the neck outside and maybe try to use the steel wool.
You may be taking it too far, maybe just faster to do the micro mesh at that point, because I don't know if I do like taking the neck off. So you guys don't know. Like, guitars, when they're at the guitar shop, it's like at the dentist. You know how you're ever at the dentist and you're like, what the hell? They're doing this hardcore shit to me. Well, yep. We take the neck off your guitar. We take it to the back. We freaking sand down the frets. We grind it. We shred it. And then we make it look nice again. And then we give it back to you. If the guitar could talk, it would cry.
I think some of the things we do with our guitars kind of comes from how we come to it, right? Because when I came into when I picked guitar up, I found Phil McKnight's channel, and he was using micro mesh. And so as I began to work on my guitars, those were the benchtop videos I watched. He used it, so I used it, right? It was
no faulting. You learned from your master, dude. I get it. You weren't working in guitar work, so you wouldn't have. Had I learned from him, I would be doing the same thing. So I can 100,000% respect that, because you're the man.
And
your guitar works great, Charles.
And so I like the micro mesh, but Ben Coombs, he favors those fret erasers, those Hosco fret erasers. Like a lot of folks
messy,
do.
They're easy to use. Yep, I agree. Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Hall is here. Well, hello, our music-in-law. How are you?
What up, Ryan?
I was getting worried.
Hey,
getting worried
all the time. What is happening, duder? I brought out the guitar, this telly to be behind me tonight. I never have it behind me. I don't have it for sale because I like to play it, but it's got the hidden humbucker underneath there, so it's a 2 humbucker guitar, but
with the custom pickguard.
With the custom pickguard, with a weird looking kind of custom pickguard. But it is a cool player and it has a great tone. The neck pickup is great for jazzy tones. If you're playing clean, it's very full and rounded. And then the bridge is super bitey.
So Michael Cross was saying, put that double-sided tape over the pickups.
But then then you would attract anything that does go that way, and it would, stay on that too. That would work as well. But I have my little brush that I'll brush it off with, and I'll vacuum, and I vacuum, and I vacuum, and I vacuum, and I do something, and I vacuum, and I do something, and I vacuum, and my area is very clean as far as the workstation. It might be the organization might leave some people like, oh wow, but that's just an ADD way to organize, I guess. A tool bench. It's right behind me.
Your bench, your bench has to be, the way you like it. You have got to know where you are. I sit here. I was out in the workshop today, working on the Charles Green guitar a little bit, and I sit there and looked around my workshop, and realized none of my stuff is put back. Nothing is where it belongs.
No,
and I'm
my
like,
shit is perfect.
How did that happen? Because I usually put everything right back where it goes, right?
Yeah, no, my shit is perfect. I mean,
I don't recognize my workshop right now.
I don't have anything off my bench, right? I mean, everything's where it should be. My fret guard, my everything. Ask me to pull something off my bench, and this is kind of the amount of time it takes. And go. This game is difficult. If you don't ask me to pull something off of the bench. What tool should I take off my bench?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you need to ask me. What tool should Presley... Because we're going to time the amount of time it takes Presley to reach the fret rocker. 2 seconds. And go. Give me another one.
You got a truss rod? Truss rod wrench? Yeah, Allen wrench? Yep.
This is like for a fender.
Okay, fret guards. Steel wool?
Steel wool's under the bench because I got to keep it clean, Charles. It's under there in a package. But it is there, yeah.
Gotta love it.
Well, you really want to see it? It's right here. But like I said, wait, that's light bulbs. It's right here.
Mitch Heyman is telling John DeShane he wants to learn how to do his own pickups, but his wife doesn't want him to burn down the house.
In the box. So it's like nice and clean.
Yeah, sure.
So that's how you like to work. Oh, fret guard, boom, done. Oh, wrench, boom, done. Oh.
Well, done. Patty Gill is welcoming in Hobo Roadie, so welcome in, Hobo Roadie.
What up, Hobo Roadie? Hobo Roadie, I think, is local to California. We got to get some pizza, hang out on the deck. Do you want to see the painted guitar, Charles?
Yeah, Eddie, I probably could use an assistant right now.
Yeah. Because Sherman's not doing shit. Hold on.
Come on. So BC Rich says clean steel wool is the mark of a sinless heart. What are we looking at here?
My nephew's guitar.
There you go. It's looking good.
Pretty not bad.
Not too bad at all.
It hasn't got any clear yet, but when it gets to clear, it'll really start to shine.
So Mitch Heyman is thinking about buying another guitar with a Floyd Rose, and this time he's going to try to learn how to use it.
Hell yeah.
And Blue Mox is saying, Seth, he sent you that picture. It's hard to see in the camera, but it looks like it has another small wire under the wrap surrounding the main string.
All right. Let me see.
So
I'm taking a look right now. Hold on. The A string.
And John DeShane says, you really have to work at it to burn down the house. You know, unless you leave it plugged in and unattended, and that's where things can go bad. Oh, that is just wrong, Benjamin.
What is Benjamin saying?
Says,
sorry.
When has Charles ever had a clean bench?
Hey,
so
it's
mean
okay.
people around here.
I hate it when I can't find something because I have other sections of tools that aren't as perfectly organized as that. Like I was able to just grab, but I'll have other like sawing and hole punching and marking and measuring. It's a different area, and that can get. And then tools that are that have dual use, they get used at the house for household is so frustrating because they get taken to the house, and you're like, no, it's a guitar shop tool. Why is that up at the house?
So Geary says he uses a buffing wheel for frets. You just have to develop a light touch.
That's awesome. Yep, that is a perfect way to do it. You just don't want to overbuff a fretboard. If you have one of those fret guards, they actually make them now. The full fret guard for the whole. You'd have to do something to make sure that it didn't get caught in the buffing wheel. But that's killer. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that on a couple of necks. Charles just took it out to when I wanted to buff the neck anyway, and just buffed the hell out of it, and made the fretboard so glossy on some Fenders. It made it to where it almost looked like a Rickenbacker. It was so glossed out. But
so Mont says he thinks his next guitar is going to have a wiggle stick and 24 frets. He needs to learn how to play a whammy bar too.
Hey, was it Josh? Josh was saying that he might want to have a Presley headless. Because hit me up, Josh. If that's the case, I wanted to start ordering some parts because I was going to build one or a couple, and I wanted to get in your ear about what you want, if you still want one, because I'm about to start ordering. I think I'm going to do a couple of dual humbucker headless with a whammy bar, not with a trans trem because I can't afford that. That'd be a major investment. But I want to do a couple headless guitars, so I got something super light that I can travel with.
John, you're saying, well, I had a cell phone blow up in my hand. Well, caught on fire.
Oops.
Oh, my.
Yikes. That's crazy.
And Wayne McConnell says every time he plays his 93 Strat Ultra, he's in awe of how smooth and silky the trem feels. It's perfect.
Nice. It's got those good springs, maybe. Those nice springs. Yeah. And you don't want your bench to be too clean, but you want it to be so you know where what you need is, and you can grab it quickly without looking too much for parts and pieces.
For sure. We'll leave you with this thought from Eddie Fay tonight. When thinking about reasons to play guitar, you hear a song that compels you to listen and learn. And when you just hear it, do you care what guitar amp pedals are used, or do you think it's just simply awesome?
Eddie, I mean, come on. You're not getting paid and you're coming up with stuff like that for our show. Well, you need to come on and be the third square on here, dude. I want to appreciate you for that because, no, literally, what was I talking about before we started, Charles? I was saying how much I've been digging playing this new song by Hosier. And I was like, you got to hear it. I'm going to send you the new thing from Hosier. He's a guy from, I think, Ireland. The riff in his new song called Too Sweet is do 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 do. It's just walks all, and it's so good that it made me sit down and play for 2 hours. So thank you for leaving us with that, Eddie. That is a perfect summation of what we wanted to talk about tonight.
Exactly. And we appreciate you all being here. Thank you all.
John, Big Wave Dave, BC Rich, Stephen Monch, Maselli, Eddie frickin' Fay, Ryan Hall, Guitar Man, Ben Coombs, Wayne McConnell, John DeShane, Mitch, BC Rich, the Hobo Rody was in the house, Blue Mox was here. Who else was here? I'm trying to go back. I can't. Eddie Fay, did I say? Sean Hockey, Eddie Fay, Patty Dill. Thank you, Patty. I'm sorry about my crazy confusion. BC Rich, Michael Kraus. Who else? Guitar Man. Guitar Man was here. McCollin was here. Hip was here. Michael B was here earlier. Also, who else was here? Everybody.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. Remember to check out Ryan's show on Sunday and Ben's show on Sunday night. And come over and watch Chat with Charles and get to know Gear Junkie 35 a little bit.
Check out Chatting with Charles and don't watch Presley. Whatever you do, that guy sucks. Yeah, it's on Wednesday night, Pacific time, 5:30 to 6:30, and it's the most entertaining guitar content to come onto the market recently.
For sure. It's entertaining as hell.
It's entertaining as hell, like as literally almost the same as being in hell.
Come on, people, Charles and me, about to take you on Guiar Safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone.